Trust is an essential part of society, and we quite literally cannot do without it, because at some point you are going to have to trust someone or something. Hi, I'm Spyn, and today I'd like to talk to you about trust. Trust is a complicated topic to talk about at the best of times because it's so multifaceted of a concept. But for today, we are just going to stick to the different levels of trust, how trust can be a good thing, and how misplaced trust can be a really terrible thing. So let's get into it. Come on, you can trust me, right? So when we think of trust, I think it's important that we understand that there are different levels of trust. There are effectively 3 different levels of trust, in fact. Deterrence-based trust, knowledge-based trust, and identity-based trust. If you have no idea what those are, don't worry, I had to look those up. I had no idea. The first level of trust is deterrence-based trust. This is effectively laws and contracts that prevent one person from taking advantage of another, with the understanding that if that law or contract is broken, then punishment can and most likely will be met out. The second level of trust is knowledge-based trust, which basically means that you have interacted with this given person or entity enough times to have like a baseline of how they may or may not act in a relationship. These people are likely casual acquaintances that you see often enough. Think people you see at work or at school, whichever one applies to you best. The third level of trust is identity-based trust, and at this level, they have proven themselves to be exceptionally trustworthy, and you would share your ambitions, secrets, and fears with them. These people are very loyal and have proven over a long period of time that they're worthy of trusting. The important part about all of this is figuring out at which level you trust each individual. For instance, you may trust your parents fairly implicitly because, well, they should have your best interest at heart. They should want you to succeed at things, do well, all of that. You would not extend that same level of trust to a random stranger that you have just met, for instance. Please tell me you guys don't do that. Look at me. No. That would be like you saying that you entirely trust your government because they've always done good things for you and have your best interest at heart. If you believe that, then this video was expressly made just for you. Now, I don't want to come off as a cynic, even though that's definitely what I am. Trust can be a good thing if you're trusting the right people, and if you know where to put people on the scale, then trust can be absolutely a positive thing. In fact, as I said at the beginning of this video, it is absolutely necessary for our society to function. An example of how trust can be a good thing is to just think about your best friends. You trust that they've got your back in situations, that you can come to them with problems and they'll listen to those problems, and that they won't use that information against you, or otherwise divulge that information to the general public. We all have to trust someone or something at some point. Now let's talk about fursuiting for a second. This is a furry channel, we're doing this. If you have ever been in a fursuit, or maybe you're in a fursuit right now, I don't know your life. One of the first things you will understand is that in these things, you get very hot. You also have exceptionally limited vision. This is a fairly well-known fact. We compensate for this with handlers. These are people that we trust to make sure that we don't run into things, or that we get enough water, and that we don't, say, punt small children across hotel lobbies. Seriously, we can't see below our nose, like at all. So if your little child walks in front of us and we punt the little bastard like a football, at some level, the blame is kinda on you too. This is why we have handlers, and this is also why we have to put a lot of trust into individuals that are our handlers. And as such, this is an example of how trust is a good thing. We need these people to prevent ourselves from getting hurt and to prevent others from getting hurt around us. So you can understand what level of trust is needed for that. Now let's talk about how trust can be an absolutely miserable thing if you are unfortunate enough to place your trust into the wrong people. This is not to say that you're somehow stupid for having trusted someone. We have all done this from time to time, and we just try to mitigate that risk going forward into the future. Trust me, we've all done this. More than a few of us know exactly how it feels to put your trust into someone and then have them shatter it. Let's say you have a particular set of friends and you trust them with information and you think that they're good people, and they proceed to turn around and utilize that information to your deficit. They could take one of your insecurities and use it against you, or they could simply leak private information that you thought was safe with those people. This is why it is so vital that you understand who you share information with, as well as only sharing sensitive information with people that meet that third level. Even so, you can still be tricked. Nothing is a guarantee. Unfortunately, people are not necessarily trustworthy. Another good example of this, and something that I'm sure a great deal of people in this fandom can relate to, is commissioning a fursuit only to have the maker never fulfill the order. In some cases, this is misplaced trust and can cost the unfortunate individual thousands of dollars, and they will never see that back, no matter what they do. This is not to say that every time this happens that it's on purpose and it's been a scam. Things happen, people get behind, shops close, and you can try to get your money back, but as they say, you're not going to get blood from a stone. So in essence, it's vitally important that you verify the people that you trust, because even when you do, you can still end up placing your trust in the wrong sort of people. And the best that we can do is to try to mitigate that risk by understanding at what level you're going to trust someone. Well, that's about it for this video for this week. I really hope you guys take this one to heart, because trust is so vital in our day-to-day lives. And it's so essential that we learn who we can trust and when we should trust and how much information these individuals, organizations should have. I want everyone to remember that not every person that you meet has your best interest in mind. With that said, I would just like to thank you guys so much for watching the video. Your support means the absolute world to me, as always. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Tell me what you think about the video down below in the comments. Tell me what you think I got right, if I got something wrong. Maybe I missed something. Write it in the comments down below. I promise you I will get to it. I read absolutely everything, no matter if I want to or not. And as always, guys, I have some words to leave you with. To be trusted is a greater compliment than being loved. Bye!